Hi everyone, I am working on the materials for our reset, the best year ever, and for the weight loss mastermind. And I wanted to share some of the things with you because New Year's is my favorite holiday. And I feel like it means so much more if you prepare for it, if you start thinking about what kind of year do I want 2024 to be? What do I want to accomplish in 2024? What type of person do I want to be in 2024? And one of the first steps that we are going to take both in the weight loss mastermind, which is here to help. If you have a problem losing weight, this is where you want to be because we're going to work very closely to workshop that. And the best year ever is just to set you up in all the ways to have a fabulous year. But one of the things we are going to work on is what I call persona work, which is one of my favorite things to do. So your persona is just the face that you put out to the world. So think of your persona as the character you play. Imagine that you're an actor and you are playing a role and you take on that role. You take on the way that person looks, the way that they live, the things they think about, how they eat, what they do, what their schedule is, who do they socialize with, all of that. That is your persona. When we think about having the best year ever or accomplishing goals we have in the next year, a wonderful place to start is to ask yourself, what would I like to have accomplished by the end of 2024? And then you have those answers. And then the second question is, who would I have to be in order to accomplish those things? And here I want you to pretend that you are a playwright and you're writing a character sketch, and you're writing the character sketch of the person you would have to be to have accomplished those things. You're thinking about what would I do? What would my schedule look like? How would I feed myself? What would I talk about? What would be my attitude to life? How would I entertain myself? So you're thinking about the whole ball of wax. And then what we do to help propel us toward our best year ever, toward our goals, is we do the actions of that person. And so I'm going to do 3 videos about your inner life, your outer life, and your supportive lifestyle. And so in this video, we're going to talk about your inner life. Like, how do we take care of our bodies so that we can accomplish the things that we want to accomplish in the new year? And we're going to start with sort of the 3 pillars of what to work on. And we're going to leave nutrition to last because you know how much I love nutrition. So we're going to talk about that last. We're going to first talk about sleep because sleep is going to be the thing that powers you. I right now have a home that has 2 sick kids in it. And how do I stop? How do I keep myself from getting sick? Among other things, is that I sleep. Your sleep is so very important to you being able to accomplish your goals. It's important for 2 reasons. One, it keeps you healthy. And without health, all of your goals for 2024 go out the window and you are now focused on health. Your sleep helps keep you healthy. Your sleep helps your body to repair. It helps your body to detox. And it helps your body to strengthen itself. Sleep is so very important. Sleep is important for your brain, and you need your brain. You need clarity of thought. You need to be able to focus. You need to be able to take in a lot of information and synthesize it into actionable activities, into products that you put out into the world, into steps that you take to accomplish your goals. How do you maintain the mind that can do that? Part of it is sleep, because when we are sleeping, that's when our brain is getting cleared. It's getting cleared of the metabolic debris, but it's also a time for the brain to begin to put into place all of the things that have happened and all the things that are going to happen. So then when we wake up, we have a fresh mind, we have a clear mind, we have a mind that we can more easily focus and we can more easily use. So that's the second reason why your sleep is going to be so important to you. And the third reason why your sleep is going to be so important to you is to give you resilience and stamina. So not reaching your goal has nothing to do with your ability to do it. It has the most to do with your resolve or your drive to do it. Your not giving upness, your ability to move through the rough parts. Because regardless of what we're trying to do, there are always rough parts. There are times when it gets boring, when we get distracted by other bright and shiny things. But when our brain is well rested, it's easier for us to stay in a positive mental state. It's easier for us to push away temptation. It's easier for us to push away things that are distracting us from our goals, particularly the inner voice that tells you that you can't do it, or that, oh, this is too hard for you, or, you know, this requires too much. When your mind is rested, it is more positive. There's less of that like little devil on your shoulder there. And so as you think about, I want my best year ever, let's think about sleep. How can I make sure that I get more sleep? Maybe there are some habits that you have that you need to adjust. So maybe you like to check your phone at the end of the day. Let's check our phone earlier. Maybe you're used to having a big dinner and then you go to sleep and then you wake up because you have indigestion. Let's switch it out. And maybe we have soup for dinner. Maybe we have a lighter meal so that we have better sleep. Maybe your room is too hot. Maybe your bed linens aren't right. Maybe you need a new pillow so you can sleep better. But to begin to think about, okay, how can I prioritize sleep? Because my sleep is going to be the bedrock on which the rest of my health and rejuvenation and like resiliency and like ability to bounce back is based on. So we want to think about our sleep. The other thing we want to think about is our movement. Like, what are we doing to exercise our body? What are we doing to move our body? And here I want to really underline that all movement is valid. All movement that you can do is valid. So many times we stop ourselves because we feel like, oh, well, I can't do that. It's too hard, or, oh, I don't have time for this, or, well, that doesn't really count as a movement. I'm going to tell you to start where you are, and that every single movement is valid. And the important thing is that you are using your body, you're moving, you are increasing your circulation, you are bearing weight on your muscles. Your exercise is important because, again, just like your sleep, it's going to help you create and help you maintain a positive mental attitude. And to get where you want to go and have the best year ever, you need a positive attitude. Best year ever is not depression, anxiety, and worry. That is not the best year ever. It's so much easier. And this counts if you have clinical depression, if you have diagnosed anxiety, any of those things. Every single study shows that exercise, along with whatever other treatments you have, makes for better outcomes. So we do want to move, we do want to exercise, we want to do that daily. Sometimes it's restorative, sometimes it's slow, sometimes it's intense. But in your best year ever, how are you going to move your body? What commitment are you going to make to yourself so that you're constantly in motion at some point during the day. And I will say, sort of point 2, point A is getting outside. And to exercise outside is fabulous. It kills two birds with one stone, shall we say, because being outside helps to relax you. It helps to clear the mind. It helps to lower anxiety. It helps to lower stress. And in that state, you are closer to joy. You are closer to the good feelings and the good energy that is so necessary to accomplish your goals. And third is nutrition. Of course, your food is your body's information. Your food informs your body what to do. Your food helps to turn on good gene programming and to turn off bad gene programming. By the same token, food can turn on bad gene programming and it can turn off the protective gene programming. So when we think about our best year ever, and what would that person be? How would that person be feeding themselves? Would they be feeding themselves garbage? Of course not, because you're not gonna have your best year ever eating garbage. You are more likely to get sick. You are less likely to have a positive mental attitude. You're more likely not to sleep well. You are more likely to gain extra weight, and you put yourself in the path of disease, which we don't want. And so much of 2024, just a little preview of my focus, is going to be on longevity. It's going to be on feeling younger. There's no reason you have to age, honestly. So our food is going to be super important. And as you think about your food, think about actions that you can take to support yourself. If you've been doing the same thing over and over and over, try something new this year. Like, one of the things I want to do is I want to do more cleanses. Not because I feel like I need to detox per se, but I want to push my body a bit more. I want to push it to its edges a bit more so it can get even stronger, so that it can go more deeply into rejuvenation, so that it can grow younger. And so that's what I want to do, because I want to end 2024 feeling younger, looking younger than I do at the moment. So think about, okay, what food is going to support me? What new food habits are going to support me? And I would also say that we fall into ruts. We fall into ruts of thinking, oh, I have a healthy diet, but the way we feel isn't fantastic, isn't fabulous. That tells us we're in a rut, that there's something we need to shake up. And shaking things up is really, really good for your body. Shaking things up, that's why I want to do my cleanses. Shaking things up helps your body, to stay kind of at the top of its game. So sometimes when our body is on automatic pilot, let's say you take X supplements every day, your body gets used to that and the supplements become less effective. Instead, cycle them. 3 weeks on my supplements, 1 week off. 3 weeks on, 1 week off. Keep your body always fresh, always reinventing itself. It's like if you went to the gym and you did the same workout every single day, there would be a point, and the point would probably come sooner versus later, where the workout stops being effective. You don't see yourself getting stronger. You don't see your cardiovascular health improving. It's the same with your diet. So it's good to be flexible to, like, oh, let me try a little bit of, eating a light dinner and a heavier lunch and see what that does. Let me try, having a high protein breakfast and a moderate protein lunch and moderate protein dinner and see what that feels like. Let me try days where I only eat green things. Let me try days where are high protein, and then other days that are higher in healthy fats, and other days that are higher in carbohydrates. Let me shake things up. Let me keep my body metabolically flexible. Let me keep it guessing. Let me keep it working in a positive way. So think about your diet and how you want to shake it up, how you want to improve it. What are the areas that you would like to see more? Would you like to see more energy? Would you like to see like more radiant skin? Would you like to see more stamina? Would you like to see faster recovery? Are you needing to build more muscle? Any of those things can all be addressed with your diet. So think about, what do I want to do in 2024? What do I want to accomplish? And how can my food inform those things? It's super important. The other part about taking care of your insides, and we talked on your supplements. So I don't push supplements on people by any stretch of the imagination. I definitely push food on people because that's like the whole enchilada, shall we say. But I do believe in supplements. So if you're coming into 2024 and you are nutritionally deprived, take the supplements and put yourself on a supplement regime and cycle it in and out. 3 weeks on, 1 week off. And the other sort of finer point is look at your hydration. 2024, hydrate better. It lowers your appetite. It literally makes you happier. Your brain works better when it's well hydrated. Your skin looks better when it's well hydrated. You recover faster from injury, from exertion when you are well hydrated. So think about, okay, how can I put myself in a hydration habit? Recently, one of the things I've been absolutely adoring is warm lemon water. And I have this little thermos and I carry it around with me and I love drinking it. It's so soothing. It's like, it helps my immunity, it helps my skin to glow, but that's one way that, particularly during the winter, I stay hydrated, and I love warm beverages. So warm lemon water, tea, like think of how you can better hydrate yourself. And the other thing that I would say in terms of your insides is your gut. Like that's an important part, that's like central. So think of, are there spaces where I need to improve my gut health this year? Because when I improve my gut health, guess what I do? I improve my metabolism. I improve my disease resistance. I lower inflammation throughout my entire body. I lower the chances of getting cancer. I do so many good things for my body. A good, healthy gut microbiome also is associated with good mental health. And to have our best year ever, we need good mental health. So think of, how can I feed my gut? How can I take care of it? Some simple steps. Don't overtax it. So don't eat too much. Don't kill the bacteria with antibiotics when they're not necessary, or with alcohol, for instance. That definitely kills some of our microbiome in there. How can I feed it? Am I eating enough greens? I mean, our standard is 6 to 8 cups a day to help you have enough greens. Americans don't get enough greens. So am I eating enough greens? Am I having fruit? Fruit is also associated with longevity. So am I having like a cup of berries every day? Am I having fruit with skin on it, like think apple? Am I feeding this gut of mine? If I'm eating greens, am I eating them in their whole state so that they give me more fiber? Think about those things. Think about how to really, refurbish your gut. Try bone broth. Bone broth is wonderful for helping the gut to refurbish. And here again, we want to take the bone broth on an empty stomach so it can do its work and give it a good 4 or 5 hours to do its thing. So think about all those things. That's how we're going to make the insides feel good. So then tomorrow we're going to talk about making our outsides glow so we feel confident and ready to take life by the horns. I will talk to you tomorrow.